I'm saying? Welcome back to another episode of Peep Vision. It's your boy, man, Ronnell Adams, man, coming live. You already know what time it is, man. I think we on episode 5 right now. But we just keeping it cool. We keeping it light. We just enjoying life right now. Um, just to give everybody an update what's going on. We just enjoying life right now, you know what I'm saying? Keeping the whips clean, keeping the crib clean, keeping our creative space clean, taking care of our kids and staying focused on the dream, on the journey, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, your journey, you know, is yours. So it's like you gotta take that. You gotta take that. But anyways, we here, man. But anyway, welcome back to another episode, man. Peep the Vision. It's your boy, man, Ronnell. You already know what time it is, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Um, we back again, man. And we just really happy for the people tuning in. We really appreciate it. In this episode right here, we're gonna talk about micro winning. You know, small habits that turn into major habits, that turn into major outcomes. You know, micro winning, like the small things you do. That's a positive thing. It's like you winning. You gotta take those W's and put them in that pot of yours. In that stew, that pot of stew that you cooking, that pot of stew that you cooking, you gotta take those small wins and put them in that pot. You gotta analyze yourself. You gotta get your own stats. You gotta get the stats of you and put those stats all in a bucket. All those positive stats, you gotta put them in a bucket and stir that pot up and make something great on that. You know what I'm saying? You can't, like, no matter where you work at, no matter what you do, no matter what you drive, you gotta maintain those things at a high frequency, at a high level. You know what I'm saying? And once you do that, it's like those small wins eventually, like, over time, they're gonna become bigger and bigger wins, bigger outcomes, better ideas, better sleep at night, better health. You know what I'm saying? The more you pay attention to the options that you make, the better the outcome at the end of the day. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like the way you move, what you put in your internal, it reflects on everything that you got going on. The money you spend, you know what I'm saying? The time you spend, it reflects on everything you got going on. But the only way you're going to learn that is through failure. The only way you're going to learn that is through making multiple mistakes, making multiple sacrifices and mistakes. Like, damn, okay, I gotta bounce back again. I gotta bounce back again. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where it's like, okay, you learn from those things, and those things become like, okay, cool. Let me go ahead and not do that. Let me go ahead and put this over here. Let me go ahead and put that over there. In a way that you thinking about next month or you thinking about next week. It's like but you gotta remember at all times those small wins. Those are your creative space, your crib, your whip, your mental, the meditation, you reading, you doing exercise, you stacking these wins, you stacking these small wins, and you making a difference. You looking different. You going to sleep at a good time. You know what I'm saying? You putting down the vices. You know what I'm saying? You making sure that you taking care of your inner you taking care of your inner self. You know what I'm saying? You doing the push-ups, you going to the gym, you going to the sauna, like, you doing whatever you gotta do, like, you making a difference. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those small wins, that's gonna get you where you want to really go. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about, like, you might got a little small boutique, but you want a store one day, you want a salon one day, you want a clothing company, a store, a brick and mortar one day, but you gotta, like, lock in. You gotta lock in, right? But, like, only you know where it is that you need to lock in at. You can't make excuses for other people. The reason why you not locked in, it doesn't make sense. Like, you can't do that. That's unhonorable. You can't make excuses for other people while you not locked in. The reason why you don't got what it is that you desire, you put it on somebody else because it's a little easier to, like, put it on somebody else. Like, oh, it's because it is. No, in reality, you can really go get those things. For real, for real. You can really go tap into this and go make moves, but you keep doing the same thing that puts you in the same predicaments every time. So it's like, it don't work like that. You gotta, like, really tap into the things that you need to switch up in order for you to, but you gotta remember the small wins first. The drastic changes come from the small wins. Once you tap into those small W's, you'll start seeing the big changes. Inevitably, they'll just go ahead and start popping up. Like, oh damn, oh snap, look at my bread. I'm stacking bread like crazy. Like, I'm staying out the way. I'm on a different level. I'm staying out the way. Like, my bread moving up. Like, forget what the critics are saying. Forget what, saying. Like, just focus on your mental and the freak. Like, once you get dialed in, like, you might need to turn off the Twitter. You might need to put the IG away. You might need to put down the YouTube and listen to your inner self. What are you really trying to do? What are you really trying to do? And you got to remember, man, a lot of times people are speaking from their facts. Okay, cool. The proof is in the pudding. Let me go ahead and tap in and really see what it is that my path might look like. I appreciate you. I'm gonna even see people don't understand. Like, people take you're gonna take their advice. My time for that advice might not have came up yet, but I'm listening though. I greatly appreciate you. You know what I'm talking about? But, like, I'm not gonna do just that right now, because I might have wanted to take a few other steps first. Before I get into that, I might have wanted to take a few other steps that you missed. You missed a couple steps. In my opinion, you might have missed a few steps. So let me go ahead, before I take that advice that you got on, let me go ahead and take these steps that I believe that are in the right path of where I'm trying to go. I'm going to go ahead and take these steps, and then I'm going to get to your information that you was delivering. I'm going to get to that. You feel me? But right now, I need to go ahead and get this out the way. Oh, you got to pay attention to your wins. There's sometimes I be throwing more L's than W's. I be like, damn. I look in the mirror, though. I'm like, all right, let me tighten up. Let me go ahead, tighten up my frequency. Let me go ahead, tighten up my energy. You know what I'm saying? Because you need that. You need that high level of that frequency. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be on no low level. You need to be high level at all times. Life is really good. You need to be at high level at all times. I understand, Come on. So anyways, Keep going no matter what, man. And keep going no matter what, man. Keep stacking those small wins. That's what this one is about right here. It's a very brief one, but just keep stacking the small wins, because those small wins gonna turn into the big W's that you really looking for. You know what you looking for and what you really looking for real, for real. Only you know.
We gonna get it down. Yeah.